Alright guys, we're going into the last week of Discussion December.
Indeed.
We're releasing a video every day. Weekday that is. But we really want to talk. This is not only the last week of the Discussion December, but it's the last week of 2021 as a whole. Boy, that wind is blowing. But we really wanted to nail home what we're taking into the new year with us.
Indeed.
New rods, new reels, just a whole new arsenal. We've upgraded a bunch of stuff, and we're thinking it's going to help us out as far as fishing goes, but it's also going to be good for you guys because we're going to be a little, I won't say cleaner, but I will say leaner and meaner. So with that, I think we'll just start with the stuff that you guys might have seen once or twice in previous videos, but it's still pretty new and we haven't got to use a lot as far as our YouTube fishing goes. So we'll just kick it off and start with, you had definitely seen this rod. I've been using it ever since we started. This is the Mach 1 speed stick, but it's the reel I want to talk about. This is the Daiwa Fuego Ct casting reel. It's an 8-1-1. This reel is fantastic. I love this reel. I use it all the time. It's becoming one of my favorite reels. But we didn't use it a lot for you guys in 2021. I mean, you saw it in one or two videos. I know probably the last actual fishing video we did where you caught that almost 6-pounder. You were throwing with the Tatula, weren't you?
Yep.
At that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
I like
it's
it.
a great reel. We love it. We're going to keep fishing with it, and you guys are going to be seeing it a lot more in 2022.
I'll go and talk about, you all saw the video of the air decks that we did. Primarily, I'm going to be talking about the reel as well. This is the Daiwa CR80 casting reel. 7.5 to 1 gear ratio, and I got this reel this year. It's an 80 size reel, so it's relatively small and it's very palmable, which is why I like it for like my lighter jigs or T-rigs and stuff. I can really high stick this thing very comfortably. But the downside to it is that it does not have a aluminum frame or any sort of metal frame. It is all graphite, so keep that in mind. But for the price, I really like this reel, and be ready to see more of it because I expect this coming year I'm going to torture the crap out of this and see how it really holds up to some heavy techniques.
Oh, Lordy.
That one was rough sounding.
Came out of nowhere. All right, but with that, I guess I'll hit my second thing. Okay. So again, you guys have seen this rod quite a bit, but it's the reel I want to talk about. This, you just heard me talk about the Daiwa Fuego Ct. Okay, this is the Daiwa Fuego Ct. This reel, I have been absolutely loving, and here's the main thing: it's because it's basically the Tatula CT. Some key differences though. This, I can't really show it to you, but has a standard line guide on it instead of how the Tatula CT has the T-wing system. However, I feel it casts just as smooth and flawlessly as that the Tatula CT does. It's amazing. And one thing I think it has over the CT, the Tatula CT, I keep saying the CT because that's how I commonly refer to it as, but this is also the Fuego CT, so I need to be a little more clear. It has these larger paddle knobs. I love that. I've always felt since getting the Tatula CT that its knobs, I'm fine with them and I like them, but they're just a little small for what I would prefer. So these larger paddle style knobs, I love. They're basically the shape of the combat grips from Lew's, but they're that rubberized. It's nice. It's sticky. I'm not worried about losing grip on them. They work really nice. I like how, I don't know why they did this, but the little gear ratio
Mm-hmm.
is in purple. I don't know if that changes based upon like what gear ratio it is. Maybe they just color code it. But it's nice. It got the external magnetic brake dial. There we go. As well as the centrifugal brakes. It's a nice reel overall.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying it. And you guys, you have not seen this in a video yet, but you definitely will several times next year.
Now, I can't talk about our arsenal going into 2022 without talking about the Walmart special.
Indeed.
This sucker has stood up this year, and I'm really going to put this thing through its paces. And by putting it through its paces is that I'm going to try and break it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and make the reel explode. I'm going to try and snap the rod. I'm going to be doing stupid stuff with this sucker because I really want to see what it can and cannot do.
Yeah, I mean, it is really, it's been one of your key rods.
It's been my main cranking and swim jig setup, and it's held up just fine.
Right.
But I'm going to try and really screw this thing over and break it.
For a $35 combo, you really cannot get a better deal.
No.
I mean, it is really stood up. And the only negative is its DC sound.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, of course, it's not the highest quality rod reel out there.
No, it's not the most sensitive.
It's $35. You can watch our full review of it up here in this corner above Trey's head. But it's been such a standard in 2021. Why would it not be
exactly
in 2022?
And I'm going to try and break it.
Indeed. Let's see what happens. Nextly, again, you guys have seen this rod. I've been using the Dobbins Fury mag heavy rod quite a bit this year. You saw it in a few videos probably. You didn't see it in a bunch, but you did see it. I've been doing a lot of pitching with it, a lot of small swim baits. You can see I got an A-rig on here now. You're like, Logan, why you got a A-rig on such a, I'm not going to say short rod. I mean, it's still a 7'3", but it is short for A-rigging or umbrella rigging. And you'll see that in a video later. So, must have hooked in a bag on the way out or getting it out. But you'll see that in a video later. But I really want to talk about this reel. This is my Lose Tournament MP LFS reel. I've been throwing around the last few days. I am loving this reel. It is definitely a workhorse. It's definitely it is made to be tough. And paired up with this rod, this is going to be a killer combo in the next year.
I definitely think so.
Oh yeah, you're going to see it a bunch too. But I'm really excited about going into 2022 with this. It's going to be my main, like I said, anytime I'm flipping and pitching, but also small swim baits, frogs, anything like that. Any braid heavy techniques, definitely going to be thrown on that.
Next, I will be talking about the complimentary spinning Aired X. But I will also focus on the reel itself. This is the Laguna Lt 2500. I have had this reel not very long, and not long enough to do a detailed review on this reel. So whenever we go smallmouth fishing or whenever I have to do lighter techniques, this is what I'm using primarily. And I just have not had the chance this year. We've been doing a lot of power fishing this year, a lot of top water. So this really hasn't been put through its paces for me to review it. So going into 2022, I'm going to be trying to use this a lot more, especially in the spring and in the fall, and try to get you all a review on this specific reel.
Which we have another video planned for you guys tomorrow about stuff we want to do a little more. So we'll talk about more on that later.
Yep.
But just know, spinning's going to be involved. For me, I'm going to do the exact opposite of my last combo there. I'm going to talk about my new cranking setup. So, I actually bought this rod a couple months ago. But I'm fairly confident you guys have not seen this yet. I don't remember what all we filmed, but I'm pretty positive you guys have not seen this rod. This is my new Johnny Morris Carbon Light 2.0, and this is a 7-foot medium moderate. This is a crank and stick, and boy, let me tell you what, it is a sexy little dude.
Indeed.
And I'm going to be using this a lot, and I've paired it up with a Lew's Speed Spool LFS, and this is a 6.5 to 1 gear ratio. I lied, 6.8 to 1. Little fast for cranking, but I just like being a little fast. I've always been a power guy, and I just want to get it done. But again, another workhorse of a reel, 15-pound max drag.
Yep.
Not quite as much as the Tournament MP. I love these. They're basically the combat grips, but they don't have the like little
Crosshatch.
Call that? Yeah, kind of bumpy stuff.
Texturing.
Yes, the texturing. There we go. But 10 bearing system, it's solid reel, man, and I'm excited to use it. I want to do a lot more cranking in 2022, but again, we'll be talking about that in our next video. This thing is, it's sexy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It really is, and I can't wait to use it a lot more. And you guys will see this setup a lot more in 2022. I promise.
Indeed.
My dad, he was watching our videos, and he said we say "indeed" too much.
Really?
We need to come up with some new words. What y'all think?
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps.
So, our last fishing video, I used this combo. This is a Tatula CT. The only difference between mine and Logan's, left-hand retrieve.
Yep. And you got your spool up with braid.
Yep, braid to a 20-pound fluoro leader. And I, like Logan, we got these around the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's probably a couple weeks to a month apart.
Yeah, and while I have confidence in this reel, I have not put it through its paces like I want to,
Right.
for us to put a review out on this. And also, I took a gamble on this rod. This is the Googan Green Series muscle rod. You've heard us talk about Googan.
You have. You have.
And
You've seen some stuff happen in some of our videos.
like breaking lures on camera.
Indeed.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it, just to say I tried it. It had some interesting qualities like this ratcheting style reel seat.
You got full contact here with exposed blank.
Yep, the interesting grip right here with the trigger.
You got your ruler.
Yeah, the ruler built in on the rod, which gimmicky but nice at the same time.
Yeah.
Although I forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we've ever actually measured the length of a fish with it.
No.
Which we should, though. I mean, we
Yeah.
really should.
But I primarily been using this kind of like how Logan uses his Dobbins for small swim baits, jigs, pitch and flipping, things of that sort.
Right.
But going into 2022, again, I'm going to be trying to put all of this stuff through its paces and beating the crap out of it, because while I don't want to say I want to see Googan mess up and break rods really easy, I am still very sus of this rod.
Yeah, we'll see.
By the way, it's a 7.5 heavy.
Yeah.
That's what their muscle is.
Yeah.
Which is pretty long for pond, I must say. Pond hopping, it's a pretty long rod.
And I got a couple more things to show you guys. I think you're just about done, but we will talk a little more after I get through these. So I'll make this quick. You guys have seen this rod. It's the Lew's Mach 2 spinning, all-purpose spinning rod, which is what I use it for.
Yeah.
Just my all-to go around. It's a 6'9" medium. But it's this reel that I have it paired up with. I got loose line here. That I'm so excited about going into 2022. This is my new Team Lew's Custom Pro Speed Spin.
Yep.
It's a lot of name. I have a hard time remembering. But this thing is dope.
I like this reel.
I love this reel so far. I took it out and I've used it a few times. Like I said, you guys haven't seen it yet, but just know I got it spooled up with 10-pound braid. Just know it's my all-around go-to spinning combo. So you guys know you'll be seeing this a lot in 2022. It's dope. And then I got one more, and this is just a rod. So this is my new 13 Fishing Fate Black. I actually bought this quite a few months ago.
Yep.
it was on clearance just because they had too many of these rods at the store, and Academy was having a big clearance sale. So I got 75% off the already clearance out price. I bought this rod for $13. It's funny because made by 13 Fishing. But this is a 610 medium light. So I'm going to differentiate when it comes to my spinning techniques a lot more. I'm throwing my lighter Ned rigs, my lighter drop shots, all that stuff on this rod instead of my all-purpose spinning. Really get a lot more technique specific coming into 2022. And so just know you'll be seeing this rod a lot as well. Got too many rods up here.
Yep. And then we're going to be talking about more rods that aren't here.
Right.
That we will definitely still be using in 2022.
Definitely. Me and Trey both have some purchases we plan on making here in the following days or weeks.
Yep.
That we're pretty excited about. So just know, guys, this is not our full arsenal, and this arsenal is not set in stone thus far. But we will be seeing what we add over the coming weeks.
Indeed.
We're pretty excited about it too.
Just waiting on stuff to come back in stock.
Right. That's the hard thing. 2020 and 2021 have been really hard on everybody's stock and what you can actually go out and get right now.
Yep.
But with that, guys, we'll end this video. We don't want to take up too much of your time. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas over the weekend. Hopefully you got all the fishing tackle and all kinds of stuff that you wanted. With that, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, set that to all notifications. That way you always hear from us. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment, please.
Yep.
Just let us know what you thought, or what you are thinking, or what you want to see us do in 2022.
Yep.
Ryan.